quick word? We're live on Sky at the moment. Have a quick word with Bukayo Saka as well. Bukayo, can I have a quick word? We're live on Sky at the moment. We just talked to Harry. Who are you supporting today? I'm nice to say. Nice to say. We'll move on then. That was not very friendly.
What's going on, people? Urson here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be offering a bit more context and opinion on Bukayo Saka refusing an interview on Sky Sports. Basically, the England national team, they flew out to Spain. They watched the Spanish Grand Prix all together in the event as Sky Sports interviewees gave out many interviews searching for England's most probable players, most important players. And Bukayo Saka's faced a lot of scrutiny in the media for refusing to speak to Nico Rosberg and Simon over here, a Formula One journalist, with Nico Rosberg calling Bukayo Saka not very friendly. Just found that a bit weird. Like, Bukayo Saka has had a tough season at Arsenal, right? He's been injured. He's come back. He's not been fully fit in games against PSG. Probably not had the best of seasons by his own standards, right? The guy probably just wants to relax, chill out, and hang out with Trevor Chalobah and Eberechi Eze, who those two actually snub to talk to Saka, right? And I just found that a little bit baffling. But this has caused a lot of uproar on social media, on Twitter, where everybody has come out against Saka, saying it's rude, arrogant, dismissive, that how dare he not give an interview out. But at the same time, how can these two not go out and interview Trevor Chalobah and Eberechi Eze? Chalobah, who played for Palace and Chelsea this season, and Eberechi Eze at Palace won an FA Cup. Care to explain that? And I do feel like when you're like, I've had people randomly approach me on the street for Vox Pops, right? And sometimes there's like, I don't want to talk to people. Sometimes you could have a bad day and be like, I don't want to talk to people. But there are times that you want to chat and be engaged and immerse yourself in the media and have a fun time. And it's kind of weird, like, seeing some of the comments. Personally, if you're so-called celebrity and you're prancing around down the track, then you should be able to have a good conversation with someone doing their job. Well, he was invited alongside the whole England team. And then you got TalkSport over here, you know, making a scene about it, that Nico Rosberg has called him out, saying that he refuses an interview. All the while, they refuse to interview Eberechi Eze and Chalobah. And I find that really weird. And Simon Lazenby tried to get some content out of them. It didn't work out. And then everybody else is out there just calling him arrogant, calling him this, calling him such a bad footballer. The Mail Sport have come out. Arrogant interview behaviour. When this is the same newspaper, right, that will openly defend a guy for almost unaliving people, running them over, but then they'll talk about how he's got 3 teenage children and lives in a smart 300,000 house. It's absolutely absurd to me. And I think Bukayo Saka does come across as awkward in the interview. Maybe he could have given a sharp one-word answer, but at the same time, he's not contractually obliged to give Sky Sports content. The whole company itself has been using him to dry for their own content, right? In interviews after games, before games, all sorts. So it's kind of disappointing to see that the Daily Mail, TalkSport are still running this agenda that Bukayo Saka is a bad person. And then what annoys me about this kind of content is that it incites more controversy in the media that isn't controversial. This ain't controversial. This ain't a bad thing he's done. You know, and I've seen other footballers like Harry Kane, you know, show his love for Lando Norris, talking about his enjoyment for Formula One, and that's cool. But for everyone to make the statement about him, calling him arrogant, self-absorbed, it just makes me feel a bit sad. And football shouldn't be that way. You know, they expect people to show personality in the media, but then they'll call out Saka for just being chill, just trying to chill out with a few of his friends. And what kind of baffles me is that on the set they want to call him arrogant. They want to label him um arrogant and all of this stuff, right? That he's embarrassing. Yet the guy will hand out an autograph to a fan while fellow England players are walking past him. Do you get what I mean? And it's like, shout out Bellingham as well for getting involved, signing the guy's shirt, cap and whatnot, and Bellingham shirts. But like, it just feels weird. And why you even got Lee Gunner defending you?
When I seen that, I shared that earlier, to be fair. And Saka can do what the fuck he wants. He's Bukayo Saka. I don't get why people are so concerned about it. Shoving a fucking mic in the camera in their face, like, randomly, like, and expecting them to talk is a bit off-key, I can't lie. But at the same time, that is what Sky is. It's all about causing the drama.
Yeah, and Lee Gunner's perfectly right. That's all these media journalists do. They'd like to cause drama, cause friction, rage bait people, make people feel a certain way towards another person just for their own gain. We don't have to feel anything about our own Bukayo Saka. We don't need to look at him in a bad light. And credit to Lee Gunner for actually defending him, to be honest. But yeah, like, how can he be called arrogant and not friendly? Thing is, right, I absolutely think Twitter is the worst place for football journalism. It's the worst place for an actual discussion about things. Like, when you type in Bukayo Saka, right, and F1, and it comes up here, like, when you look at some of the reaction on Twitter, it's a cesspit of nonsense. Like, you got a guy like Alan Woodhouse here saying, you're an F1 grid, mate. You're going to be approached by a reporter or two. Your wages wouldn't be half if it weren't for Sky Sports. Well, it ain't completely true. Like, the wages wouldn't be half if it wasn't for himself becoming a top footballer. Working all the way up from Arsenal, becoming a top talented player, one of England's most important players. Not even about Sky Sports, because anybody could replace Sky Sports. In fact, Sky Sports is what made football so expensive nowadays, overcharging customers. Why don't they decrease the rates? And like, there's no contractual obligation to go on Sky Sports to give an interview. It's not like he's working at Arsenal during the season and he has to do a few interviews before a game leading up to a North London derby, for example. And when you see him, he's always on Sky Sports. He'll have interviews with the Sky Sports Premier League. He'll go on Men and Blazers. He'll have his own say and add his own spin to it. Do you know what I mean? And we're waiting on him to sign a new contract, but he's always been on the round, like, giving interviews with people when he's representing England, when he's representing Arsenal, and that's it. That's all I've got to say for that matter. Like, I think these people are absolutely making it a big deal out of nothing when Nico Rosberg and the other journalists should be called out for not approaching Eze and Chalobah, for not knowing who they are. For not interviewing someone like Jay Trafford, who's just got promoted with Burnley. All of this kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, he's probably interested in F1, with Hamilton, but I still don't think he deserves, all the stick he's getting. And I don't understand it. Like, people are calling him rude, dismissive. Sometimes you just don't want to talk to people. There's times where I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm not rude like that. But there's times where I'll light up the room and be happy and have a conversation with people. It is just the way things are. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. We are currently on 777 subscribers, which is actually insane. But let me know what you think in the comments. Have I overreacted to the reaction that people have been given? Is Twitter the worst place for football fans to be? Did Sky handle themselves accordingly? Let me know everything in the comments. But yeah, Bukayo Saka's awkward interview explained. Was he being awkward or did he just want time to himself? I think I'll say the latter. In a bit, people. In a bit. I'm out.